Building Consumer Matters is a small group of volunteers who have been damaged by bad building. Our aim is to support and help any consumer, any building consumer, regardless of what state they live in. There have been 2 recent inquiries into the residential building industry in Australia. Firstly, the Shergold Report of 2017, and secondly, the Deakin University Report of 2019. The Shergold identified a broad range of national problems and made 24 regulatory recommendations. The report was titled Building Confidence. The important part is that this report was commissioned by the Federal Building Ministers Forum, which appears to be a quarterly meeting of state building ministers. Here is the list of those ministers involved. We have written to them on several occasions about matters that need clarification at a national level. Things like the now very prevalent loopholes of professional indemnity insurance used by the building surveyors, and the latest builders' trick of the trade of using third-party entities to obstruct builders' warranty insurance claims. If you have a problem of any sort, I urge you to contact the relevant ministers, local and federal. There is a link to the Building Ministers Forum below, or you can find it on our website. The collated findings of the inquiries are précis and shown here directly on the Insurance Council of Australia's presentation slide to the annual Building Surveyors Conference in 2021. We need to do better than 74 to 97% failure rate across the country. How shameful. This is where the Federation of States fails us. It leaves consumers with 8 sets of regulations and 8 sets of legislation to be fiddled and toyed with by those who have much more power, much more money, and much more time than you and I have as individuals. As part of the background information, here is a list of the submissions which were made to the Shergold inquiry. There were 55 submissions in total, and I have analysed the numbers and broken them down further. Yellow represents the state regulators and the various departments, supporting departments. There's the Victorian Building Authority, WA Building Commission, and then, like I said, the supporting bureaucrats such as the New South Wales Department of Planning and Environment. There are 17 in this category. Then there is the pink. There are 16 marked in pink, which are the politically related, such as a couple of building ministers, Richard Wynne from Victoria, who made 2 submissions. Then there are ones like the Minister for Mines, Petroleum, Commerce and Industrial Relations. He has made 2 entries also. The final one is in green and represents the industry and a couple of individuals. They total 21. The usual suspects here are the Housing Industry Association, the HIA, MBA, Master Builders Association, Engineers Australia, the Property Council put in 2 submissions, and even the very Insurance Council of Australia we mentioned previously in the presentation slide. That is why we take it so seriously, because they do. I did a pie chart analysis of the submission numbers, and this is what it looks like. Everything looks kosher on the surface, but sometimes you have to see what's not there. 31% regulators, 30% political, 39 industry, 39% from industry. Have you found the missing link yet? Not one consumer representative organisation made a submission. Not one. So there you have it, the missing link. the biggest purchase of your life, you and the rest of Australian consumers have no representation. Australian consumer law representatives, where are their submissions on your behalf, for you, the consumer? Each state has a minister and each state has a consumer agency. This is the list of ministers responsible for consumer affairs by state. Northern Territory is the Honourable Chanston Page. Victoria is Gabriel Williams. Tasmania is Madeline Colvey. Western Australia's Sue Ellery. ACT is Shane Rattenberry. South Australia, Andrea Michaels. New South Wales, Anulak Shanathbong. And Queensland is Yvette Darth. All missing in action, dead in their chairs, off with the fairies at the bottom of the garden, or sitting around reading the Shergold Report called Building Confidence. No less and no way. So there we have it, Mr. and Mrs. Consumer. Little or no representation, missing in action. This is what I think building consumer representation should look like, and we will cover it in the next video. Check those roof trusses are connected, stay safe and stay informed.